What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So once again here with another free agency rebuild, and today we have ourselves the Washington Wizards. Well, I think their offseason is far from done. They have been a team I've been wanting to do, and they just made a new move yesterday by acquiring Cam Whitmore, so what better time to go ahead and talk about the Wizards? So let's jump in and do this Wizards rebuild after they just acquired Cam Whitmore. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs. So if you want to help us reach that goal, that would be absolutely amazing. Well, I think the Wizards offseason still has a lot they can do. It's been really slow. After the first 2 days of free agency, things have just really slowed down. We got like a brand new transaction of Cam Whitmore to the Wizards, and we got a few other things, actually, like J Huff to the Pacers. Landale signed with the Grizzlies, but it's been really slowed down. I still think there's a lot to solve, but for whatever reason, the league is kind of on a standstill. So if me uploading this video triggers the Wizards doing something else, then I guess that's exciting. Well, it would suck, but it is what it is. So, of course, like I said yesterday, they just acquired Cam Whitmore for 2 second-round picks. Seems like Houston thought they were never going to find minutes for him, so he is now shipped off to a team where he'll have a better opportunity. So Washington continues to be impressive to me in real life. I really like what they have done. I think Will Dawkins has been a great GM for them thus far. So as far as free agency is concerned, I really don't anticipate us doing anything else, really. I mean, if you kind of look at this team, look at how deep we are at the guard spot. Like, we are deep here. And then there is a potential that Corey Kispert could become available now after they just traded for Cam Whitmore. Maybe that triggers a Corey Kispert trade, so maybe we look into that. We'll have to see about that one. And you have like Kashan, George, Olenek, Champagny, and you got Rashawn Holmes and Alex Sarr. So there's a lot of players here that you could play, obviously. So they just drafted Will Riley as well. Obviously, Trey Johnson is a rookie, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to balance these minutes. Obviously, McCollum, Smart, and Middleton are not part of the long-term future. They're just kind of expiring salaries right now. So I've not done a Wizard rebuild since they have this much, this much in expiring money. So that's going to be exciting to kind of work with too. So with how much of a logjam we have right now, I don't think I'm going to do anything as far as making any signings right now. So you have McCollum and Middleton both down in overall. You have Olenek, Rashawn Holmes, Marcus Smart, all of them down in overall. So let's go take a look at how we can kind of move this rotation. So the first thing is I'm going to move CJ McCollum to point guard right now. So he's going to go to the backup point guard spot. So him and Smart, I guess, will run it. Well, we're probably going to have Bub Carrington there too. And then we'll have like below at the 3, maybe. Something like that. I guess let me just figure this out. And then maybe we also trade Corey Kispert since there is rumors about that right now. I do have a biased idea in mind that I want to make happen. So let's start there. And then we'll look at the rotation that I've figured out going into year number 1. So here's kind of my biased trade idea when it comes to my Portland Trail Blazers. If you guys are not aware, the Blazers need shooting in the worst way possible. Corey Kispert is a career 38% three-point shooter, and I feel like, the Blazers could give them an expiring thigh with 2 seconds for Corey Kispert. And I think both sides could be pretty happy, especially if Kispert, they can't find minutes for him. They get a couple of seconds. They get an expiring contract. So that's kind of my idea, and the Blazers do agree to that. So that's nice. And now we kind of have a rotation figured out. Thibault's not going to play much again. So you're going to have like Middleton, Smart, McCollum, and now Thibault and Olenek all in expiring money with this young core that the Wizards have, which is super exciting. So let's go see if there's anybody we can cut. So fortunately, which this is going to be kind of interesting to figure out. I actually do not have an idea on who we're going to be cutting here. Jameer Watkins was their second-round pick, so I don't know if he signed a contract in real life, so there's a chance he's on a 2-way in real life. And then Will Riley was a first-rounder, so I don't think that's gonna, result in 2-way or anything. But so this is kind of gonna be tough to figure out. So then we gotta trade like maybe Rashawn Holmes away or something, and then maybe they just acquired Dylan Jones from the Thunder, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to figure out, but I'm gonna figure out a way, and I'll show you guys the rotation going into next season. So going to the rotation, Power Rank has us 26th overall, and I can't wait to kind of see who they have starting and who's not. So we got Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson, Chris Middleton, Kashan George, Alex Sarr, Belil, Cam Whitmore, CJ McCollum, Champagny, and Marcus Smart, and then AJ Johnson. So immediately the first thing I'm noticing, actually no, Trey Johnson is starting, so that's what I wanted to see. So and then Cam Whitmore is coming off the bench, getting 22 minutes a night. McCollum, obviously, a lot of these minutes are going to get more freed up once a lot of these veterans are gone. So the first thing I want to fix is I want Middleton and Bilal flipped. So yeah, I think this is going to be kind of just a fill it out kind of season. We really need to see these veterans come off the team if we're going to really have a plan going forward. So as far as trade deadline is concerned, we may look at the idea of trading some of these vets away to see if we can get some value for them, especially if they play well. So I guess we'll kind of have to see how they're doing at the trade deadline. See if any teams want to give us like some first round picks, if any of them are kind of worth that. I don't anticipate this being a good season, but hey, if we get to add a DeBanza or a Boozer or a Peterson to this team, that'd be a good thing going forward. So I don't mind if we're bad this season. I think next year, though, things could easily flip with how young this team is and how much 2K loves their young rosters. At the end of the season, Jokic wins MVP, Ace Bailey Rookie of the Year, who just had his Summer League debut yesterday. We got RJ Barrett, 6-man, Giannis Depoy, Keto Most Improved, and Joe Brown Clutch Player, and Finch as your coach and executive goes to Hobson. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. So obviously no Washington Wizards here to kind of talk about just yet. So I decided not to make any moves at the deadline simply because I wanted to keep our cap flexibility open. Trey Johnson averaging 16 in his rookie season, though, was a great sign. But yeah, if we would have traded like any of those expiring salaries, we may have had to take back some salary, and I wanted to keep our books clean. While I think the Wizards have a plethora of options on what they actually want to do in real life, because they could use these expiring contracts and acquire bad salary and get first round picks. I could see them doing that, but for me in this video, I wanted to prioritize simply just having a clean cap sheet once those guys are all off the book. So let's go ahead and see who goes on to win it all, as we'll have the Cavs and the Magic in the conference finals. It's Cavs and Thunder. The Thunder go on and win it all, back-to-back championships for the Thunder. LeBron James retires, Chris Paul retires, and Al Horford retires in Sacramento. Draft lottery time, so let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. So of course, as I mentioned, we were bad, so we want to have a good pick here if we can, and hopefully ends up being in the top 3, because that's what we want. If you're the Wizards, you would want one of those top prospects. The lottery luck has not been there for them. So do we get a top 3 pick? And no, of course we don't. We fall to 6. So very unlucky, really unfortunate. So back-to-back years with the 6th overall selection. I'm going to keep Brian Keefe maybe for one more season. I'm going to see how it plays out with all the, vets gone and just the young core now. So let's go to draft night and see if we can get at pick 6. So very disappointed by that result. Obviously not what you want to see, but it is what it is. So what can you do about it? So let's go see what we get at that 6th overall selection. Number 1 is going to be DeBanza to Brooklyn. Number 2 is going to be Nate to Charlotte. Number 3 is going to be Darren Peterson to Boston. That's a really good pick for them. Boozer to OKC, which makes them even more dangerous. And then Yabusele to the Jazz. Okay, so who could we use? I mean, Chris, to me, makes a ton of sense for this team. We have Rashawn Holmes as a backup big. We have Alex Starr right now, but obviously Chris could maybe play backup for now, or maybe eventually we could start him. There's Krim Lopez as well, who's a good player. Caleb Wilson, Dash Daniels. Like, there's a lot of good options here, but I think I am going to go Chris here. So Chris out of Houston is going to be the pick. I think he gives us a lot of lineup versatility with him and Starr maybe starting together eventually if we decided to go that route. And we could take Jalen Harrelson here late here with a Hall of Fame ceiling. So then we have a early second, actually 2 early seconds. So I'm going to take Florin here, and then let's take Alex Colon goes, and then what do we got? Do we have like Ian Jackson, Bill Richmond? So I'm going to take Ian Jackson here. So that will be our draft. Not too bad. So we got Chris, Jalen Harrelson, Florin. Can I two-way these guys? No, it's not going to let me, is it? Okay, so I'm going to sign both of those guys. I can two-way these guys, so I guess the overall just... Can I? It's not going to let me. So I'm going to two-way McKenzie, and then that'll be it. So player options below: Cam Whitmore, Kashan George, AJ Johnson, all accepted. Qualifying offers: Jalen Martin, and then which was a two-way. And then for free agency, we have Chris Middleton, Rashawn Holmes, Smart, McCollum. I mean, all these guys, like I said, this is all the expiring money walking away, and there's no plans to keep any of them. So we have Luka Doncic money if we wanted to do that truly. We have Durant money, bring him back home, but we're not going after Durant. So let's look at our core as set in stone. So Bub Carrington right now is the starting point guard. We have AJ Johnson and Trey Johnson, and even Will Riley in the background, and now Harrelson and Ian Jackson as like developing two guards. So we'll have to see what kind of overall Will Riley jumps into. And then you got Cam Whitmore and Belil, Kaishan George Champagny, and then Chris, and now Alex Sarr, and then Florian as well. So I think center is good, so I don't think I'm worried about a 5. Power forward, definitely wouldn't mind going after something there, and then maybe even a point guard. So if there is something to free agency we can go after and get our hands on, I think there is. You know, we should try. And I want it to be realistic, so I'm not going to sign Luka Doncic. I don't think Luka is going to come to DC or anything like that. Washington is not really a free agency destination for the most part. So if there was a player I was going to sign, it's going to be somewhat realistic, and I just don't know if that exists right now. Do we have anybody that would make sense? Like, we can give Jeremy Sohan a contract, I guess, but is that better than what we have right now? There may not be anybody like too crazy to sign, so we might just keep it simple and like sign a good backup point guard. Maybe a good, well, we have, yeah, probably a good backup point guard and maybe a good backup power forward if Champagne is going to eventually walk. So something, although he's got 2 years of team control left. So yeah, I think we're in a really good spot for the most part. So backup point guard is probably going to be the main thing we go ahead and sign, and I'll show you guys who we're going to go after. So I have made 2 free agency offers on Keon Ellis and Mitchell Robinson. While they're not the most exciting free agent additions, I think they are 2 guys that immediately bring some defense to the table, which is going to be very helpful, and they're a nice veteran presence to our young core. So that is what we're going to do. We'll renounce everybody else. There's not going to be a single player we're bringing back. So just like that, Keon Ellis and Mitch Robinson will be added to the fold. And I'll show you guys what I'm kind of thinking for the rotation. There's some other things we could have done, don't get me wrong. Like, we could have gave him Paul Boncaro an offer sheet and gone crazy there, but trying to kind of keep this young core intact and kind of see what it develops into. Like, Trey Johnson kind of showed us that maybe he could be the star here, which would be super exciting. So you have Alex Sarb to an 89 overall. So getting basically Mitch Robinson onto this team might be able to give us the ability to move Alex Sarb to the 4 is what I'm thinking. So that's kind of what I was thinking there. Lowe's an 86, Bub's an 83, Trey Johnson 83. So the team is slowly developing, which is great. Riley's up there to a 74. So I'll kind of show you what I'm thinking when it comes to rotation, but Champagnie might be kind of exiled out of the rotation for Alex Sarr, and Kaishan George be kind of the rotational power forwards. But yeah, this should be a very fun up and coming season for year number 2. We had a lot of the vets still in the way. This time we have a couple of vets that we're excited about. All those other vets were just expiring guys we're never bringing back. These 2 guys we brought in, which we had the money to use, are going to be immediately making an impact and trying to set a culture here for us to try to maybe win some games this year. So here is a rotation going into year number 2. We got Bub Carrington at starting point guard, Trey Johnson at the 2, below, and Alex Sarr at the 3 and the 4, with Mitch Robinson at the 5, Cam Whitmore, Kaishan George, Chris, Keon Ellis, and AJ Johnson. So this should be a team that can make some noise, and I'm curious what shot tendencies are looking like. So first and foremost, Cam Whitmore's is pretty high. Trey Johnson's also really high. I mean, Trey Johnson showed us the potential of what he could be, so I'm going to go ahead and give him a shot boost as well. Whitmore may bring down just a tad bit. Well, I'm fine with him scoring. I don't need him to score like that. So Trey Johnson should be the guy. And then is there anybody else? Like, I definitely could give Alex Sarr more of a role too on the offensive side of the ball. So maybe something like that to see if he can become something. Proficiency's 3-star. Brian Keefe's still the head coach right now. So this team should have a little bit of expectations to hopefully win. And if so far, as you guys can see, it's off to a great start, but will it remain that way? Remains to be seen, but I will more than likely see you guys at the end of year number 2. Hopefully Trey Johnson, though, is about to lead us to the playoffs. That'd be super cool. So Jokic wins MVP again. DeBan's the Rookie of the Year in Brooklyn. Maxi's your 6th man. Wemby Defensive Player. Harper Most Improved. And Cade's your Clutch Player. And Chris Finch is your Coach of the Year. And Phillips is your Executive. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. And I'm assuming we'll see Chris on our rookie first team, which we do, which is great. He averaged 6 and 5 off the bench in a very limited role. So I'm kind of hoping to see him get more minutes, but we'll have to kind of see what the rotation is looking like. So for the first time, I believe, since the Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal backcourt era, we have made some like postseason basketball, which is exciting. So you did have 23 from Trey Johnson, 21 from Sarr, 15 from Cam Whitmore, and 13 from Below, 10 or 11 from Bub Carrington, and 6 from Chris, 6 from AJ Johnson, and 6 from George. 5 from Mitch Robinson. Not too bad. So we get to play the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in, which I've done a couple of rebuilds on them lately. So are we going to be able to beat the Hawks? Let's see. We do. Okay, so we have a chance to actually be in the dance. Maybe to play Boston in round 1, which would be kind of an interesting matchup for us to have. It looks like we're going to blow out the Chicago Bulls as well. So that's super exciting. We, in fact, have made the postseason. Wow. Okay, so no lottery pick for us this year. We are going to shrink it down to a 9 rotation for the playoffs. The only thing I'm going to do is we're going to flip Chris so Champagne and AJ Johnson are going to be out of the rotation entirely, unfortunately. So Chris is going to play some minutes here. But I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the Celtics, who just added Darren Peterson to this team. But it should be a fun series nonetheless. So game 1 is going to go to West. Wow, what a start. 136 to 121. 41 from Trey Johnson in his playoff debut. Obviously, the plan counts too, but if we're just talking about playoff games alone, Trey Johnson with a good start. Wow. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Did not anticipate that. 28 from Trey Johnson, 22 from Star. Now, can we keep this up? Because there could be a little bit of a Boston, wins both games on the road, and then we're just back at square one. But if we could find a way to win one of these, we might be able to upset the first seed in the East, which would be super fun. But I don't know if we'll be able to do that. Let's see. So game 4 is going to be a big one. If we're able to win this, then we go in prime position to knock out the first seed in the East. And we are going to go down or go up 3-1. And Trey Johnson again with another 40 piece. He's averaging 33 in the playoffs. I think it's safe to say we got a superstar right now, homegrown out of Texas. Can we finish the Celtics off? Are we going to a game 7? We're going to a game 7. Okay. So game 7 on the road in Boston. We had them on the ropes, and we may let them, get back out of it. So we do have a lead here, though, late. Can we keep it? And we do. So they may have forced a game 7. We are still going to upset the first seed, which is a great sign because this team is still super young. And the fact they're able to just do that gives me a lot of promise going forward. So can we beat the Pistons, though, in the second round? That remains to be seen. So they have Keldon Johnson now. We got Cade, Ivy, Asar, Keldon Johnson, Stewart. So they don't have Jalen Duren anymore, which is maybe going to play in our favor. We'll see. So game 1 does go to us, 118-95, 30 from Trey Johnson, Alex over 29. So they continue to both be great. They even it up. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to them. Big game 5. So let's go ahead and simcast. And let's see if we can win on the road and take a 3-2 lead in this series. That'd be awesome. But it's a close one, and they have taken it, but we've taken it a couple times, and they are going to go up 3-2. So we have to force a game 7 at home here in DC. Can we do it is the question. Going to be a close game, and we have the lead here late. And we will hang on, 105-109. So no matter what happens here, the fact that we've gotten this far already is a great sign, though. That's the thing we need to be kind of thinking about. But, man, would it be crazy if we were able to get to the conference finals this early on. We have the lead, but the Pistons are going to take it, and they're going to run with it. They're late. So we had a chance and a golden opportunity to get to the conference finals, and the Spurs going to win it all. I mean, we have to be super excited about what's to come now. So let's go to the lottery. And this isn't going to matter for us anymore unless we have someone else's pick, which I don't believe we do. So Oklahoma City via the Clippers is wild. And then our pick, I believe, I don't even know if we have our pick this offseason at all. So we do have 15. So the fact we got a second round and get to add the 15 pick to this team. And I would love nothing more to extend Brian Keefe. So I wish there was a way I could just extend him. There probably is. But we're just going to go ahead and offer him a contract extension. I think both teams would agree to that after that kind of, success. So we're going to give him an extension, basically. So now we can go to draft night. And let's figure out what we're going to do with that 15 pick. I mean, we're going to add another young piece to this team, obviously. 12, 20, and 24 is going to be really hard to add more rooks to this. So I think we might go ahead. I mean, we could try to package the move up, but I doubt we'll be able to. So I think what I'm going to try to do is just send these out for future seconds because, again, adding, 4 rookies to this draft is going to be really, really hard to, do. So just give me some later seconds for now. And then 15 will draft, though. It's literally basically right outside the lottery. So we might be able to get a steal here. So 15, yeah, definitely. We'll take Sudan center Abraham, which is such a cool name. So 74 overall, welcome. So we can probably go ahead and, I'm going to accept both of these, I guess. But we are going to be running into a roster problem if I had to guess. Whitmore and Belil are both free agents. McKenzie, you probably can't bring him back at this point. So obviously, I think it's safe to say that we'll extend both these guys. Now, I would love not to pay them as much money as they're asking for. So you guys kind of already know what's coming next. We're going to go ahead and take them to day 12 because there's going to be a lot of contracts coming up to extend. Like, Belil and not Belil, but Alex Sarr and Bub Carrington, I think, are both going to be extension eligible. Maybe even this offseason, but next year they're definitely going to even want even more money. So Whitmore. Maybe I let Whitmore come back as qualifying offer. I think that's probably better because I'm not really sure how I feel about paying Whitmore. But Belil is someone that, I foresee being a big part of what we're doing. So I am going to give him his big contract. Do I want to pay him this much? Maybe not. But we are going to bring Belil back, and Whitmore will be back as qualifying offer. Okay, so if you look at the core, you got an 88 Trey Johnson, 88 Belil, 85 Bub Carrington, 83 Chris, which is going to be really good. He's actually going to start this year. So him and Sarr, that's kind of the vision I had. Those two starting together. AJ Johnson, 80. Keon Ellis, Shinpitty, and then you got, Florian, you got Harrelson, Ian Jackson. So a lot of young guys still developing the background, but you can kind of tell we have a really nice foundational young core that just almost got to the conference final. So there should be a major jump. Thankfully, we only have to cut one player, by the way, so it's probably going to have to be, man, who's it going to be? I mean, I probably have to trade one of them so I don't have to deal with, it's probably going to be Champagne, man. As much as I hate to do it, Champagne's probably going to have to be the guy that's moved. He's on an expiring. I think someone could probably just absorb him. He's a good player, so like the Bucks trading me 2 firsts. I don't think 2 firsts is in order, but like maybe somebody gives me, maybe not to the Celtics. Let's not trade him to our ops, but let's say we traded him to, I guess it was the Bucks for 2 seconds or something. Like I think the Bucks would, really could use a player like that, and they don't even have a second to offer me. Okay, so never mind on that. We're gonna keep figuring this out, but I'm gonna trade him, and I'll show you guys rotation going into year 3. So this year, Power Rank has us 8th overall, and here is proficiency with a 9-man rotation. So we have Carrington, Trey Johnson below Alex R, and Chris. I mean, that's just an exciting young starting 5 with Whitmore off the bench, Kasha and George, Mitch Robinson, and Keon Ellis as rotation. So leaves AJ Johnson out, unfortunately, but that's fine. I think Keon Ellis obviously making more money. We got to put him in there. So Ellis and Robinson were the 2 veterans, and now they get to come off the end of the bench. This should be a very good season based off what we saw in the playoffs last year. If it's not, we will highly all be disappointed. Hopefully Trey Johnson and Alex Starr are able to lead us again to the playoffs. Maybe this time as a higher seed, not battled out from the play-in, but so far, so good. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 3. Wemby wins MVP. Stokes is your rookie of the year. Boozer's your 6th man. Wemby's DPOY, and Chris is your most improved, averaging 12 and 10 and 2 blocks, which is great. Steph clutch player, and Kid is your coach. Theron Phillips is your executive. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. So no Wizards. Like, I would be cool if we saw Trey Johnson, but not going to, unfortunately. And here's our rookie first team and our rookie second team. So I guess Walter Clayton finally got to play in New Orleans, which is interesting. So that's fun for him. And then we are going to be the 2nd seed out east. So we got Brooklyn, which is a young team, and us. So look at that. Why did Trey Johnson get an All-NBA nod, man? 27 points per game. I mean, maybe it's just because all he did was score, I guess. But 23, I mean, 50, 40, 90 club. The guy has become an efficient monster, which is great. Started with 20, and then 15 from Whitmore, 13 from below, and 13 from above Carrington, 12 and 10 from Chris. So, I mean, I don't want to say it, but I do think there's a chance, sliver of a chance that this could be a season that we win the championship already. I mean, we saw what we did last year, but it all depends. So Atlanta is always a tough out. They don't have Trey Young anymore, which should play in our favor, but you never know. So game 1 is going to go to them. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 is going to go to us. Game 4 is going to go to us, and we will beat them in 5. Okay, so now we're going to play Detroit, who we went to 7 with last year. So hopefully we can get some revenge this time. They have Tyler Hero now with Cade Cunningham, which is a nice addition. So game 1 is going to go to us. Beat them 1-0, 2-0. And wow, this time around, we are going to just maybe demolish them, I think. Yeah, beat them in 5. So it is the battle of the 1st and the 2nd seed. Brooklyn. So Brooklyn has Traore, Shaedon Sharpe, DeBanza, Giannis. Oh, wow. Wow, what a good team. So I guess there has been rumors about, Giannis to Brooklyn, and they have done that. So he decided to sign with Brooklyn. They also got Shaedon Sharpe. They got DeBanza, Dimmons, Juju Jackson. So yeah, honestly, this is for the first time. I feel like, yeah, this team definitely makes sense as the 1st seed. Okay, well, we definitely have a work cut out for us here. So let's see how this is about to go. Game 1 is going to go to us, beat them by 5. So that's nice. 20 from Giannis, but we got 34 from Trey Johnson, who just continues to be an absolute baller. The game 2 is going to go to them. So big game 3. So let's go ahead. So at least we got one in Brooklyn already. So let's see if we can take care of both our games in DC and be in a good position. So it's looking good right now as long as we don't let them back in it, which they slowly are. But thankfully we hang on. 160, 132. Trey Johnson, man. 31 in the playoffs. I've noticed when the playoffs come around, he just jumps up to a whole nother notch. And that's, that's what we love about him. So can we go up 3-1 on the Nets? I mean, it's looking good right now for that. And it looks like we are going to go up 3-1. So beautiful stuff. We're going to beat them hopefully in 5, but they may force a game 6 on us. Let's see. And yeah, so game 6 is going to happen. So let's simcast game 6 in DC. Let's avoid a game 7. So we lost on the road, but we're back home. So if we could win here, that'd be sweet. It's going to a game 7. Damn. Okay. So game 7 on the road in Brooklyn. Did we just blow a 3-1 lead is the question. We had a prime position get to the finals. Oh boy, this is going to be a very close game. I don't like this one bit. I think we got to jump in and watch this. 101 to 102. Let's jump in and watch and see if we can execute a comeback here. So let's go in and let's watch it. So the Brooklyn Nets have the ball. It's 101 to 102. We're down 1 possession or 1 point. Yeah, I guess same thing. But Giannis is going to have the ball. Sar's going to be guarding him. Let's see what Giannis is going to do. Sar, yeah, just got kind of blown by. Okay, so we're down 3. Man, maybe I should have simcasted game 5 as well. I don't know how invisible or invincible that would have made us, but we need Trey Johnson with a big shot here. So Trey Johnson to get the ball. We got, I don't even know who that is guarding him right now. I'm not going to lie. Or is that Deuce McBride? I think it was. Okay, so Kashan George has the ball right now. He's going to shoot up a really bad 3. Sar gets it. And, oh, okay. Not a horrible shot. Giannis gave him a little bit of space, but Sharp's about to take it to the basket, and he is going to make it. 101 to 106. We are in some trouble, fellas. It looks like we're in trouble. So this would have been the year to get it done, but it looks like Brooklyn may be all over us right now, unless Trey Johnson is going to wake up and give us something here. So he's going to shoot a mid-range, and it's going to go in and out. So for us to fold in this scenario, up 3-1 on the Nets, is super disappointing, to say the least. We're about to be spending a lot of money this offseason as well on this team. But, hey, man, they got this far. Brooklyn stopped us dead in our tracks. We need to stop here. If they get a 3 here, it's over. And it's game, guys. It's game. 101 to 109. I'll watch one more possession, but they have done everything in their power. Okay, so we got, I mean, that was a very quick basket, so maybe it's still alive. That was as quick as you could possibly imagine. But the Nets will now have possession. So, Sar, we're going to need some help defense here. So, Giannis is going to take it. And the reach and foul. I mean, putting Giannis at the line is not the worst thing in the world, but if he even makes one of these, I don't know. He's going to miss the first one. Okay, well, if he misses both, we're back in it. So we just need a 3 on the other side. He's going to make, oh no, he misses it. Okay, so now we need a 3 here, and we're back in it. So can we get Trey Johnson? Ooh, I thought he had an opportunity there, but he's about to take a bad shot, isn't he? Oh, he makes it. 105 to 109. It's a 4-point game. So I was about to quit. He has 36 on the night. We need a big stop here. Don't have to foul either. Still really... Okay, good D... Oh, okay, you know what? Put Giannis at the line again. He missed both earlier. I can't imagine he does it again, but you never know. He is going to make the first one. So, okay, it's a 5-point game. If he can miss this one, that'd be great. Let's see. And he is going to miss it. So, big rebound. Come on, guys. Let's... dig deep. We have, ooh, I like the idea. I was about to say Below kind of had a chance earlier. The corner. Now, I don't like what Below is doing here. There's a lot of clock being taken off. This possession seems to be going nowhere right now. I mean, Chris is going to have it, but just a really bad shot, man. What are we doing? All right, I'm going to end it there, guys. I'll see you guys in the offseason. And the Mavericks went on to beat them in 5 games, so we had a golden opportunity to punch our ticket to the finals, and we wasted it. Really disappointed by that. I mean, we were up 3-1, and for it to end like that sucks, I will say. So, staff signing, we're going to keep Brian Keefe. Got us really close. I mean, I don't think there's going to be any draft picks for us. I saw our pick is going to the Knicks, so let's see. Or we have 8th overall via the Trailblazers? Why? Why do we have the... Oh, you know what? Wait. Oh, were the Bucks and Blazers both bad? So, I will be honest with you guys. When I traded... Where are the Bucks at? Where's the Bucks pick? I don't think I... Oh, it's number 3 via Orlando. Or no, that's the Orlando pick that the Blazers got from the Cedric Coward trade just now. Okay. I really don't know if I should have this pick. I traded Kashan George to the Bucks for the worst swap. Which I thought even then was kind of an overpay for the Bucks, but I couldn't find any team just to take on a salary. So we have the 27th pick. So, or why am I saying we're the Blazers? We're number 8. Okay, now I see. So they are both bad. So technically, I did trade for that pick. So we have the 8th overall pick, and then we have a late pick as well. So I guess we'll go ahead and use it, even though I don't think we should really have this pick that much. I mean, these guys probably won't play if I had to guess. We're kind of in a position where we kind of have our core locked in. So I'm not going to be able to sign most of these guys. I'll just sign these 2. And then Will Riley will accept still. And then qualifying offers. I mean, if you look at that, we're not bringing back probably any of these guys right here. We're going to focus on Sar and Kashan George. And then Whitmore is a free agent too. So we're about to go into next year with just the hope that, Bub Carrington's a free agent, which they're like, hey, renounce Bub Carrington. Why don't you? No, thank you. So let's just give them their extensions, I guess. That way nobody gets confused here. So let's bring them all back. And then the other guys can basically just, go on their separate ways. So, okay, let's go to player progression. And we're about to go into year number 5 with the hopes that things will be better. I mean, we were 1 game away from the finals, man. 1 game. So we got Trey Johnson up to a 91. Cynic is up to an 88. And then you got Caution George 85. Abraham's up. So yeah, this team's looking good. It's going to be a very similar rotation. Cam Whitmore is gone now. I didn't think we had enough money to pay him, unfortunately. So we're going to be letting Will Riley step up, probably move him to the 2. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into next season. And let's see if this team has what it takes to finally get over that hump. So Wemby wins MVP. Mika's your Rookie of the Year. Boozer's your 6th man. Wemby's also Depoy. Brandon McCoy, Most Improved. That's a good addition for them over there. And here are the rest of your awards. So here's your All-NBA first team. Do we finally get Trey Johnson to make one of these? We do. Trey Johnson up to a 92 overall, 31 points per game. So he's become an absolute scoring stud for us, which is awesome. And we are the first seed in the East. So here were your player stats. You had 31 from Trey Johnson, 23 from Alex Sarr, 15 and 11. 13 and 4 and 12 from Bub Carrington. Okay. All that matters, obviously, though, is getting this championship to DC. So let's see who we get in round 1. It'll be the Celtics. So we were able to beat earlier. Now they have a 94 Peterson and 92. So, they have Luke Cornett as their starting 5, but we should be able to beat them, right? All right, so we beat them. And Brooklyn, the team that beat us, is out of the way, too. Now we get to play Atlanta, who we beat earlier last year, too. Now they have Whitmore, though. So game 1 is going to go to them. That's how it started last time. So hopefully, oh boy, Atlanta's going to, kind of have us in some trouble. So they're making me nervous right now. So let's see if we can win game 5. We need to beat the Atlanta Hawks and go to the conference finals again. Hopefully we have the lead right now. It's got to hang on to it. And we do. Okay. So we're up 3-2. We'll simcast the rest though, because I ain't trying to see a game 7 if we can avoid it at all costs. All right. So first quarter, second quarter looks good so far, but they could still get back in it. Thankfully, they don't. So we punch our ticket back to the conference finals. We got Detroit or Cleveland. So we were able to beat Detroit earlier. They beat us, before that. But hopefully we can just kind of repeat what we did. So they don't have Hero anymore, which I felt like made them better. So let's see if we can beat them. So game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to them. Oh boy. Okay. So Detroit is giving us some problems. And I hate that right now. So let's go ahead and simcast game 4, because if we go down 3-1 to Detroit, we could be in a very big hole here. So looks like we are going to tie it up though, so that's good. 144 to 118. Now we got to win game 5 at home in DC and take a huge advantage in this series. Looking good. We're blowing them out so far, and it looks like we're going to go up 3-2. Okay, so we're up 3-2, and now can we finally punch our ticket to the finals? We were so close last year. We were in a position last year to do so, and now Detroit's trying to force a game 7. We've been behind them this whole game. Do we eventually take the lead? No. Game 7 is happening. So just like last year, another game 7. This time, can we win it? We'll be at home in game 7 this time, so can we take advantage of that? We're going to get blown out again. Are you kidding me? Oh, wait a minute. We came back. Oh my gosh, I thought we lost and got blown out. We had a huge third and fourth quarter to make it happen. Wow, I was ready to rage quit right there. Okay, well, we're in here, and now we get to play the Mavericks. Okay, so we get to play Booker, Grimes, Cooper Flag, AD, and Derek Lively, Jalen Duren. Oh, wow, this is a good team in Dallas, I won't lie. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Game 1 is going to go to Dallas. Game 2 is going to go to Dallas, and of course, Dallas is just maybe too OP for us. We're down 3-1. So this is how it ends, right? We get all the way to the finals just to lose to the Dallas Mavericks, who have just I don't even know how they have the roster they have right now, and we lose. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. Obviously, we'll be back with another Wizards rebuild here eventually. I assume they're going to make another move. Will it be, whatever move they make, will it be enough for a video? That remains to be seen. But always, as you guys know, we have a new look rebuild series once the free agency period is over. Who knows when it's going to end, because it's, like I said, been very slow, even though there's a lot of things that could still happen. So thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.